Alright, well, hello, then welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Last time we were continuing Chapter 4, Act 4 of the Archon quest, where we were trying to figure out what's happening in this Fortress of Meropide. Last time, we had a major breakthrough. We did figure out all this mystery stuff going on is basically just Worcestershire trying to lure out the Vitui so that he can have an audience with Alekino, because he doesn't like how the Fatui have been basically running around in the prison, and he doesn't like that. Linny doesn't want to involve Alekino in this situation, honestly, to the point where he's willing to let Linny is willing to let Lynette and Freminate die just to protect Alekino, which seems absurd to me. But anyways, we're trying to save Lynette and Freminate because we're not spineless. And so we have to basically answer 3 of Worcestershire's questions. We already answered the first one. Let's answer the second one real quickly so that it doesn't disconnect and we restart this quest line, because that's why the last video ended abruptly. Okay, anyways, the question is, why do people who bet twice get sent Fonta? This. So why? Alright, let's go through these again. I think I want to click on this one. Who sends the packaging? It's Fonta Company who's the sponsor. Okay, why does the strange blood-colored fluid look like the way it does?
Fonta's internal reports suggest that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own employees have a lot of reservations about it.
There you go. It's a different color because it's an unnamed product. Why do only those who buy both tickets to support both fires receive package? Well,
the Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of coupons. Meanwhile, the Duke believes that only idiots who don't understand the value of coupons would spend them on Fonta.
Something to do, I don't exactly know. I think it's something to do with people who are pretty poor at money making decisions. For example, people who bet on both people, obviously knowing that they're gonna be at a loss no matter what. These people are bad at spending coupons, and so they might be ones to support Fonta. And so that's why we're giving Fonta, because we support and we're financially irresponsible with coupons. There you go, got it. Paimon, take it away. I have this correct, obviously.
Ah, Paimon gets this rule too now, so there really was nothing to be afraid of. That hidden rule of the pancration ring is about how, people are not supposed to bet on both boxers at the same time. And if they do, they'll receive a package containing a strange, blood-colored liquid. People get scared when they see it because they've subconsciously begun to associate it with the missing boxer. But really, it's just a bottle of the latest yet-to-be-named and packaged new Fonta trial product. A blood-red drink. It's no wonder even Fonta's own staff were questioning the company's decision-making. The company, facing backlash from its own staff, decided to try to trial the product on a smaller scale to see how it might be received by customers. They came to the Fortress of Meropide and offered to sponsor the Pancration tournament so they could push their new product. But the Duke completely refused to even entertain the idea. The Duke, knowing how valuable coupons are in the fortress, knew that only total idiots who didn't understand their true value would bother buying a Fonta product here. And so, only those who proved their stupidity by being dumb enough to bet on 2 opposing sides of the same match were selected to receive the drinks.
I acknowledge the effort you've put into bringing the truth of this mystery to light.
I'm dabbing right now off camera.
Although, based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words, I may just reconsider my collaboration with the company. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know. We haven't collected enough information to answer that question. What's the secret? She is I don't know.
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley. You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing Lynette and Fremine never even crossed your mind!
Lenny, no. I mean, he's Fatui. I mean, at this point, you know, I've already saved him once. I've done all I can. You know what I'm saying?
You'll pay for this! Ah!
Lenny, are you alright?
Oh, close one. I owe you, Sigewinne. That was a fantastic shot.
It was nothing, Your Grace.
Sigewinne?
Though this gun may look like a toy, it's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Sigewinne... You...
Are we seriously not gonna have an animation for this? Did they really get this? I don't want to say lazy, because Genshin Impact has done a lot, you know. But like, did they not have enough time to animate this? I think this would have been a perfect animated scene. Actually, now that I mention it, this whole Archon quest seems a bit rushed because they kept giving us that black screen with text on it. Interesting, curious. Are you his accomplice in all this? I mean, obviously, friggin', they're like the two people with visions down here. Of course, they're gonna work together.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is my duty. When Monsieur Nervulette asked me to come here, he told me that my job would be to take care of the well-being of everyone here. I am merely discharging my duties.
But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Lenny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us?
A request with Nervulette, why not learn a thing or two about virtue from him? What is that supposed to mean?
But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. Everything I did, I've done to protect them. Had I not, they would be in far more dire straits right now. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace? Mind proving my innocence to them?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try to talk some sense into you.
What are you talking about? What time?
Take me if you want. Let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors will be arriving any time now. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You... What are you doing?
I believe I hear footsteps.
The doors on the front open. A familiar figure burst through the room. Of course, they didn't animate this.
Some space, please.
Ah, Miss Clarande. My door.
Fremine... Fremine...
What's going on? What is Clarande doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquilizing effect will begin to wear off soon. Please take it easy in the meantime, though.
What happened to Fremine? Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like this?
These symptoms, could it be? I think, also, I think Sigewinne shot Linny because if she didn't shoot Linny, Linny would probably have died. Because Worcestershire probably would have just killed Linny. And so, I see, you know, she's saying that she's protecting people. Makes sense to me, protected Linny from dying. I think, right? That's what happened. These symptoms, it can't be.
A flushed face, an accelerated pulse. He must have consumed primordial seawater.
What did you say?
Please, make some space. I'll need to give Mr. Fremine a more thorough checkup. Your Grace, I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll talk to Clarande while you get Fremine to where he needs to be. Everything else can wait.
Alright, well that's good. So if the game lags now, then I should go back here. Oh, well, okay,
What's
well.
that look on your face? I thought I made good time on the way back.
Oh, I'm just admiring your punctuality. Had you arrived just a few minutes later, Sigewinne may have been forced to shoot Mr. Linney again. How's the situation out there?
The water has changed. It's pretty much as expected. The concentration of primordial seawater has increased significantly. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount of time, well, you can see how that boy's doing.
Where was he when you found him?
The abandoned zone at the end of the pipes. A good distance into the water.
Closer than I thought. He must have recognized it early on and tried desperately to swim back.
Locking the door was necessary. I don't think we could have saved two.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons. Never seems to work, though.
It would probably work on Neuvillette. He has a knack for picking out who had good intentions, even when the outcomes were all terrible.
It's a bad sign if you're having to plead your case to Neuvillette. Want some tea?
Not particularly. If you want to drink some that badly, just say so.
Fine, I'd like to get some tea. Want me to get you a cup too, since I've already made it?
Might as well then, I suppose. Actually, do you have a towel? I would like to dry my hair.
Okay, well, I don't exactly get it. Cloran? Okay, what I do get, there seems to be some action happening. Primordial seawater seems to have gotten out into the ocean, and it's, not good. Seems very bad. Seems very bad that primordial seawater has getting out in the ocean of Fontaine, where people will literally die and disappear if they, are exposed to too much of it. And it seems like Fremine was out there. What I was confused about was the door was locked, so how did Worcestershire tell Cloran to look after Fremine? Was Worcestershire trying, or was he planning on saving them no matter what? Like, he wasn't planning on killing Fremine at all, but having Cloran help? I'm not sure. Not exactly sure.
Could I tempt you with some sugar for your tea?
No need.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's the situation. Okay. Lena's expression seems disgusted. He seems he'd rather not have Sigewinne touch Fremine. If he did, okay then. Sigewinne examining Fremine closely. He doesn't look too upset, which is a good sign. I hope Fremine will be okay.
How is he?
These symptoms are probably caused by an acute ingestion of a large amount of primordial seawater. Still, his condition is not critical. Of course, it would be best if he stayed for further observation. Let's leave him here for now, and move him to the infirmary once he's recovered a bit more. Sorry. I am aware that the infirmary may not be your favorite place in the world at the moment. We do only have a single clinic in the fortress, however.
Why would he ingest a large amount of primordial seawater after leaving the fortress? How could that possibly happen?
Please, look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator. Oh, I'll bring Miss Lynette back with me.
Where is she? How is she right now?
Oh, she just took a nap in an empty room after I tranquilized her. If my calculations are correct, she should also be waking up right around now. You might not believe me, but His Grace and I actually made some snacks and tea for her.
Lindy has finally begun stop tensing the muscle on his face. He seems he had trust what Sigewinne just said.
Linny, are you okay?
I'll be fine. They're all here now. Don't worry about me.
Are you sure? You don't look alright.
My hands and feet are still a bit weak, but that's probably just the residual effects of the tranquilizer shot.
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Oh, Traveler, Paimon,
You're here too. Fremine? Is he... He'll be fine. But for now, please help me lift him up.
Linny and Lynette immediately come to lift. Great. Good stuff.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and help me get him to the infirmary.
Yeah, I'll take him from this side. Lynette, together?
On it. Traveler, you seem pretty worried about him. Want to come with us?
Sure. Also, I totally forgot to set my timer for this video, so I don't know when I should end it. I think we're maybe less than 20 minutes in. So I'll go for like another 30 minutes, I think.
The Duke and Clarande are gone.
They probably went to get some tea. The Duke will explain the truth in just a bit. Miss Clarande will need a break, since she only just returned from rescuing Fremine out of the sea.
Clarande saved Fremine from sea. Just what happened there? Yo, Clarande, good diver? Better than Fremine? Hold up. Do we have a competition? A diving competition? Clarande actually just a boss? Alright. Yep, go back to the infirmary with Fremine. Alright, looks like we have a little bit of time to... Where the frick am I? How do I exit out of this place? Oh, up here.
Could I tempt you with some sugar?
We've already said this. Wait, I thought what? Do I have to go up here? Okay, we're gonna go to the clinic. Yeah, I mean, I think basically everything had kind of been... Oh yeah, I think Siegewing, I don't know, all this time I kind of under the assumption that Siegewing is kind of a psychopath. Freaking, I must have read too much Reddit freaking content. I don't like spoiling stuff, but freaking I go on Reddit and then I see the titles. People are just spoiling with the titles. Freaking good stuff. We love that. Love to see it. And I was under the impression that Siegewing might be a bad person from the titles of the spoiler posts, even though like you're just spoiling with the title, so like what's even the point of putting a spoiler tag? Anyways, Siegewing seems like the whole thing about those two people were helping her make a tranquilizer gun, right? It seemed like that was kind of the point of what those two people were trying to do. But I might be wrong. Yeah, but I think the whole secretness behind everything was just her getting a tranquilizing gun, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you feel?
Linny. Lynette.
We're all here.
Where am I?
The infirmary, at the Fortress of Meripede, Mr. Fremine. And you are no longer in any danger.
How do you feel? Don't push yourself if you're not feeling up to it.
Traveler. Paimon. It's been so long. The sea. There's something wrong with the seawater.
Shh, it's okay. We can talk about it after you've recovered.
No, listen to me. This is really serious. There's primordial seawater mixed into the regular seawater. I don't know why it's there, but no one should touch it.
What happened after you snuck into the pipes?
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Are we actually gonna get a cutscene or just still images? Wait, now we get a cutscene? I felt like we should have got a cutscene before. Oh wait, no, we're not getting any cutscenes. That's a lie. What the heck is the production value of this Archon quest? Wait, wait, I'm confused.
I'm in. Seems like this pipe hasn't been used in a long time. It looks abandoned. Where could Master Child be?
Oh, okay. No, we don't get a cutscene. We get a straight up freaking playable. I don't know how to use this character. So hopefully we're not gonna need to worry about combat here. Oh my gosh, is there a hidden chest that I can only get as Fremine? That would be so troll. But yeah, I guess we're investigating. Using a trial character with Fremine, I guess. Reliving the moment. Oh, we're gonna see something suspicious in here. Even though it has been long abandoned. Psych! Not long abandoned.
This mechanism looks like it's been tampered with. Could he have done it?
He have done it? Child, maybe? Uh-oh, did Child cause Primordial Seawater to spill everywhere? Child? Oh no. Oh, have you really done it? Oh, you really done it now? Oh man. If that's the case, see you back here at the Fortress of Meripede. Alright. No, it doesn't seem like anything. This doesn't seem like anything bad. But yeah, I don't know. Actually, still could be the case that a child may have done something to trigger the Primordial Seawater. That'd be funny if it did. This lifts it up, right? Hopefully. Yeah, it lifts it up, and then the other thing over there is going to move that thing. All right. Little bit of like friggin'.
It's getting stuck on something. Seems like I'll have to avoid those obstacles while I turn it.
Can I? Cannot turn in this direction. Try adjusting, rotating. What? No. What? Do I have to like? I don't get it. Like rotate from here? Try adjusting. I was just talking about how this is gonna be a super easy puzzle, and here I am struggling. Am I needing to go down and using the other ones? This down here? No. I was just making fun of how the puzzle's easy, and then now I'm struggling with it. Okay. Our only other option is this. That's our only other option. So we have to can we okay, I see. We rotate first and then we bring it up. Okay, now we can try rotating it, cuz I thought like, oh, we can't rotate it cuz this may wait, right? We can rotate it even though we're not at the same level? We can rotate it. Okay. Just when I was saying, oh, this puzzle's easy. Nope. You gotta go back. You gotta go back. But I figured it out. We have figured it out. Okay. Great. Fantastic. Get me out of here. Please. Get me out. Get me out. Okay. Oh my gosh, please don't fall down. I'm freaking jumping around like an idiot. Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Okay. We go down. We go down. Let's not die to fall damage. Okay. Okay. No chest? Don't think there's any chests? Okay.
This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water. I'll go take a look as well.
It's weird because didn't they mention how the water level was rise from when Child went? Kind of like, did it go down again or okay? We're gonna do shallow to dive. Are you kidding me? Okay, we're diving. Helmet off, even though Fremine has a helmet. All good. Yeah, seems good so far. The vegetation here is more sparse.
A bit more sparse.
Oh.
These traces aren't natural. A person must have left them, and recently. I should be going in the right direction.
So yeah, there seems to be.
There are traces here too. I need to keep going.
seems to be human activity.
The traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What's going on? No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it.
I'm taking damage. Hold up, hold up. Return to shore quickly. For some reason, wasn't he locked out? I don't get it. Am I still in the fortress or am I locked out of the fortress? Didn't Worcestershire, or maybe Worcestershire lied to us. And there is no, I don't know.
I can't die here. This is bad. I'm feeling worse and worse, and I'm still underwater. I have to push on.
Yeah, so Cloran surely had to have been in on it. I thought she was outside, saving him from outside, but no, she was inside the Fortress of Merrybait, saving him from the inside.
So, in other words, the trail you were following vanished, and you had no idea where Master Child could have gone. But there was also no obvious place for him to have disappeared to.
That's right. I tried my best to swim back, but I had already put some distance between myself and the fortress, and I just couldn't find the strength to keep going. I probably passed out some time after that, and you know the rest.
Miss Clarande brought you back, but we also don't know why she just suddenly appeared at the fortress, or why she went out to save you.
Yes.
Miss Clarande, you say? I must go thank her in person.
You're still too weak, Fremine. You can go after you've had some more rest. Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clarande will stay here as a guest for another few days, so there's no need to hurry.
A guest? Then I can assume Risley was the one who invited her to come down here?
You should ask His Grace about that. He'll be able to explain better than me.
Got it. I'll go talk to him.
Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Lenny?
No, please go on without me. I don't want to leave just yet.
Lenny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself to leave. Both of you are just in danger.
Understood. Then let's just sit together for a while. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Deluge. Let deluge.
I'm so sorry, Lenny.
Sorry about what? I think you did pretty
I'm
well.
also really sorry, Lenny. I should have
What?
been more careful.
Oh, what could they have done
Don't say
differently?
that. It was all my fault. I was the one who should have been more careful. You two were nearly...
If I was stronger, maybe I would have already found Master Child.
No, how can you say that?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
What I'm hearing is, we all dropped the ball at some point during the mission. So the responsibility falls on all of us. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. It's on all of us.
Lenny, we understand that you're worried about us, but we're worried about you as well. Please don't blame yourself. We want you to keep your spirits up.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna say it. I like, you know, pick some pretty bad. these people are. I mean, they're not the greatest, guys. They're seriously not the greatest. Lenny failed his mission at trying to look up what's going on in the freaking opera house, and we had to freaking save his butt. And here, once again, he's trying to figure out this forbidden zone, seeing if the Gnosis might be under here. And once again, got bailed out by me. So, like, yeah. But do I blame it on them? No, I blame it on Arlecchino. She is not choosing the right people to do her missions. She should do them herself, apparently, like Child and, Dottore? Well, I guess, I mean, yeah, they do a lot by themselves. But they also have other people helping them. But yeah, I mean, definitely what I'm trying to say is Arlecchino needs to have more hands-on. I mean, stop relying on your children to do stuff for you. If you want something done right, you do it yourself, alright? But anyways. For some reason... Okay, I was like, for some reason, I don't see it. Okay, here we go. The Duke of Worcestershire holds all the fortress secrets. You plan to ask him directly and get a grasp of the current situation. I think we still have time in this video, so I think we can do this. Yeah, I mean, they had no chance. Those guys had no chance. Let's be honest here, guys. They had no chance. It's not really their fault that they're in this pickle. You can kind of blame it on. And also, I think it's ironic how Lenny is like, no, I kind of want to stay with my siblings, which makes sense. He cares about his siblings, but also he doesn't care about his siblings because he was willing to let them die just so that he can kind of protect Arlecchino, or at least not like bother her. So like, if he really did care about them, then he would be willing to basically call upon Arlecchino so that Worcestershire essentially saves them. So I think that's kind of ironic. Sure, Lenny. If you really had the the aspiration and drive to like care for his siblings, I think he wouldn't have just let us handle the situation like how it happened. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting guy, huh? Or maybe he's just afraid of Arlecchino like killing him or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just fear and not really spinelessness of him.
Excuse me?
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition has stabilized?
Of course! I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
I wanted to check up on Miss Cloran. How are you feeling?
Mostly fine, I think.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me. I'll take my leave for now, then.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. How about enlighten?
Please enlighten us as much as you'd like. What do you mean? No, not as much as he'd like, as much as we want. Gotta put our feet down here, you know?
But where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions?
There you go.
You can start
That's what I like to hear.
Whichever one you'd like to get answered the most.
Then Paimon will begin. Did you know about Lenny's goals from the very beginning?
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goals, I only figured those out as you made progress on your investigation.
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even though you didn't know what they were trying to do?
They came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals.
Why didn't you stop them? Well, he didn't stop them because he wanted to kind of figure out what that motive was, right? Because if you stop them, then you'll never be able to figure it out.
Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Lenny suggested that I had deliberately let him escape, but in truth, I didn't really do anything special to help or hinder him while he was here. Everything he did, from finding helpers to leaving this place, he did on his own. Of course, it's inevitable that the Knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about where that harbinger went. So I figured I might as well let the Fatui do their own investigative work. All I care about is the answer.
So you were hoping Liddy's group would just do your work for you.
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. I assume that Fremine has told you already, the ratio of primordial seawater around the fortress of Meripede is on the rise. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him. I began to intervene out of concern for your safety, and also to prevent the fortress from becoming entangled in more irksome matters.
Are the rumors true that you're also a former criminal?
Why does that matter?
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day and serving as the manager of the fortress a kind of sentence unto itself? Another form of prison? I just happen to have some support from the rest of the inmates. That's all.
Oh, right. Paimon wanted to ask, who invited Cloran down here?
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the fortress for some field work. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party. I needed to find an exceptionally capable person to help me get through the impending crisis.
And saving Fremine was part of that crisis?
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is quite adept at diving. Had conditions not been as hostile as they were, he probably would have found the missing harbinger already.
Okay. So, pretty interesting. Child was able to escape on his own then. And Worcestershire didn't really care. But the thing is, by not interfering, all that has done is just left like more people in garbage to come down into the Fortress of Meripede to investigate. So like if he had just like, if Child was all good, then Alekina wouldn't have any reason to go down here. Cause unless she really wanted to know about the Forbidden Zone, right? Or maybe, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. If he would have just let Child not escape, then all would have been good, at least, right? Arlecchino would have had no reason to need to go down here. So I think that was kind of a poor decision, right? Or am I wrong? I don't know. So the Forbidden Zone really exists?
That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to investigate Child's whereabouts. All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance. That should be clear now that you've spoken to Fremine.
But we've already uncovered that there's something wrong with the infirmary, and we've answered a bunch of questions that you threw at us. Isn't it about time that you answer our last question in return?
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant?
Sure.
Follow me.
I don't know how long this might take, so I might end the video. Or we'll just keep going.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of place the Fortress of Meripede is.
Wait, is this a Forbidden Zone? I don't get it. Secret Keepers and Forbidden Zone. That's the name of the quest, or name of the quest line that we're doing
Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Once everyone has taken their position in circle plate, it slowly goes down. I didn't read the last part.
So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see anything special.
Interesting. We have infiltrated the Forbidden Zone. Perfect. Now we can sell the information to Alekino and make tons of money.
What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone. Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little Fatui friends everything?
If they pay enough.
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you wait until you've seen the whole truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether or not to tell them.
Then should you be telling us then? if you don't want this information getting leaked to the Fatui, I'm telling you this right now, you should not show us. Cause there's a chance they might, like, I don't know, torture us to get the information out. You know what I'm saying? So like, do I even want to know? I don't know.
So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one.
What's in the middle of the room? Is it the Gnosis? I mean, no way it's the Gnosis, right? No way.
Go on, have a look.
No way it's the Gnosis. Surely not. Is it? Again, he shouldn't be showing us this, because if he shows us this, we tell the Fatui, and then bad stuff will happen. Please, why are you showing us this? But I have to continue the quest, you know, I can't stop. The room is really empty with nothing in here, which is quite strange in its own, but there's this device
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky and negligent to simply ignore any potential danger that could be behind it. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. But over the past year, the needle has crept upwards from its original position, likely because some parameter it's been tracking has changed, if only infinitesimally. Normally I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracking?
Okay, so the whole Forbidden Zone is to protect a freaking scale. The reading, ooh, a gauge. Oh, what does that? I don't know. What does that measure? The freaking water rising, the freaking amount of primordial seawater that's in the water. I don't freaking know, dude. Water pressure, temperature. I mean, these are terrible guesses, but
very reasonable guesses.
That's just a lie.
I've considered both of those as well. Unfortunately, our dashboard is tracking something less ordinary. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely shifts, the water pressure is more likely. We ran a few tests to increase the pressure from the outside, but the readings didn't change at all.
Exactly, those are terrible
Later
answers.
on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a potential connection with the Primordial Sea. I began to make a few preparations based on that hypothesis. Over the past few days, the needle has moved again. With that, and the symptoms that Fremine displayed after leaving the fortress, I can now confidently conclude that the readings represent the concentration of primordial seawater in the seawater nearby.
The concentration of primordial seawater? But we're already under the sea!
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and now we're surrounded by toxic seawater. Somehow, primordial seawater got mixed in, and the concentration is steadily rising.
Primordial seawater is continually leaking into the sea.
Yes, that's very likely.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less where we could find and plug a leak. Oh. Oh!
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. For some reason, the primordial seawater levels have risen significantly, and it's now very close to us. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all.
Okay, if the primordial sea is leaking through, if this gate falls, all Fontaine will fall with it. So, primordial sea is under us? Is that what that means?
Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls, then everyone in Fontaine will be turned into puddles in the span of a night.
But that's just too weird! Why would the Fortress of Meripede be built right above a sluice gate for the primordial sea? Who built this place anyway?
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast, complicated conspiracy. To be honest, you might find the actual answer may be exceedingly boring. It's just that the secret of the Forbidden Zone had been long forgotten by the nation before I rediscovered it with my research. There's no single founder of the Fortress of Meripede in any traditional sense. What we know about its history has been left to us by the people who used to live here. When the previous Hydro Archon Egeria ruled the land, all convicted criminals from Fontaine were exiled. The people drove the criminals away like a wolf pack chasing away the banished. The criminals received no sympathy of any kind from the people. They were exiled to the desolate seaside, where they experienced only pain, struggle, and the bone-chilling cold. Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro Archon took pity on them and said, "You may go guard my secret, deep underneath the waves." And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, they gathered underneath the sea and began to build a fortress. They became a community down there in the deeps, and over the years helped it to grow. As the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. When the first group of exiles died, they left the yet unfinished fortress to their successors. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress and what it stood for to continue growing ever larger. Before long, this dark underwater fortress became the sinner's only home. And with that, the people here stopped referring to the fortress as a prison. They saw themselves as repenting sinners who would regain their freedom once they had sufficiently redeemed themselves. But as time went on, people also realized that the fortress was a lonely place. Once they had gotten used to life here, they could no longer feel comfortable living in the overworld. Once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away with the ancient secrets of the past. After many, many centuries, few people still remember the reason for the fortress's founding. Now they just see it as an integral pillar of Fontainian society, as the place where criminals deserve to be sent. Now and again, researchers manage to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of that history is true.
Indeed. It's just as the prophecy says. If this gate fails, then everyone will be dissolved into the sea.
Unlucky, really. Do you believe in prophecies?
To be frank, not really. But sadly, that hasn't stopped this prophecy from proving all too accurate. Prophecies are troublesome things. Just hearing one will create the first wave of panic. Seeing signs of it will bring about the second, and actually witnessing it in real time, the third.
So, as a Duke of Merope, just what do you plan to do about it?
Let's go somewhere else. I want to show you something.
Oh, haven't you shown me enough, Worcestershire? Come on. Oh my gosh, more
This
cutscenes.
is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from our last round of experiments have...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh? Lorvine and Jurier?
No need to panic, you two. I've already told them about our plan.
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul about any of this?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you sure they are trustworthy?
We're here to
The
save you
results
guys.
speak for themselves, don't they? These two may already know more than you could ever imagine.
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've heard of Edwin?
Ed who? No idea.
He's the one who blew the whole institute sky high. Everyone knew he was a bit crooked in the head, but you're not a local, so I guess it's possible for you not to have heard of him.
I haven't played a single World Quest, I'm
Edwin's
sorry.
main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well. I hired him to be my technical consultant.
You want to blow up the fortress of Meropide?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my technical consultants. While Jurier used to be Edwin's assistant, she used to be Jurier's assistant.
Ooh, are they together?
Was that really necessary?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a couple and just using your work as a convenient cover?
Your Grace, I am not in a relationship with this man.
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than Edwin.
Jeez.
Oh, they definitely together.
Forget I said anything then. Follow me.
What are we looking at now? Worcestershire. What are we looking at now?
There's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
This is just a normal room? Question mark.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
This is exclamation point question mark.
What a huge ship! This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen before. What's going on?
How much do you know about Fontainian history?
Not much at all.
Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. To give you a quick rundown, Fontaine used to be ruled by the Lemurian dynasty. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sibilla, who had taken on the form of a golden bee. Taking the golden bee with him and riding on a huge ship, the Fortuna, he created his nation above the surging waves. He called his nation Lemuria and used the Fortuna to incessantly search for new tribes and islands, calling on them to join his empire.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People believe that hope can always be found at the end of a voyage.
Do you believe that too?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and technology at my disposal. Certainly can't hurt to give it a try. So the moment I began to speculate that the Primordial Sea might lie underneath the gate, I also began this project.
Were you inspired by the legendary Fortuna?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster.
Alright, the whole story that he just mentioned, he used way too much terminology, so I literally don't understand any of it. Don't know what Fortuna is, I have no idea. Literally no idea. This is a plan for the Aegis. Can't you share your plans with everyone? What is his plan? No
idea.
idea.
Workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress's administrator, I'd never make such a reckless call. Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3 cups of tea to soothe my throat. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, can you repeat all that in layman's terms?
Seems like you're good. Come on, I'll take you back.
Like, why is he building a ship again? Like, why? When I say I literally have no idea, I literally have no idea. Why is he building this ship? Is it have something to do with Primordial Seawater and the prophecy?
I'll leave you here for now.
Oh, thank you so much.
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from here on out will likely affect those 3 as well.
He means that my actions will decide the next steps Linny's group takes. In other words, if I want to tell Linny the truth, I must make him understand that we cannot afford excessive. I couldn't read that.
For sure.
Great, good stuff.
Great.
Okay.
I look forward to what happens.
I feel like that little bit of text was pretty important. But yeah, we have another part. Just as everyone seems to return to normal, an unknown catastrophe suddenly arrives, like an unknown thief in the night. Well, that doesn't sound good. But I think video's gone way too long. It might even be an hour at this point. Again, I forgot to set up a timer earlier. So, a bit of a longer video there, but we were stuck in a little cutscene, so that's fine. But a lot happened, I think. I forgot. Yeah, so we finished up figuring out a lot of stuff that's happening. That ending was super confusing. I might need to rewatch it because I literally don't know what's going on. Like, we know that Primordial Seawater, the Primordial Sea might be under us, and if that explodes, then it'll be very bad. Basically activating the prophecy in which, you know, everyone gets disappeared. All the people get disappeared because the Primordial Sea just makes everyone turn into water. So that makes sense. But then the other part that he just talked about, literally no idea. Like literally no idea. I think, am I just stupid, or did they do a bad job of explaining it? Or are we really not supposed to understand it? Don't know. But again, thank you so much for watching. You're beautiful the way you are. And next time we'll continue Chapter 4, Act 4 of the Archon quest.